Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. The price today moved just up and down a little bit in this ascending wedge pattern. We identified that in the last video. A bit of an ascending wedge here that might be forming in which the price is moving. We can call that a diagonal pattern potentially in Elliott wave. So that's what we're watching for a potential breakout to the downside. Something changed. So we obviously had this solid trend line. The price broke below that solid trend line, seems to be respecting now the dashed trend line that forms a new pattern. And interesting is that the price broke below the solid trend line, retested it from below. And if we now see the price break here below to the downside of the wedge, which I think is quite likely, but we'll see. I mean, never say never. The crypto world, sometimes these break to the upside and surprise, but oftentimes you would say that an ascending wedge breaks to the downside. So we literally still need to wait for confirmation that this wave 1 has topped. I will only get confirmation if the price breaks below the next swing lows. So we would like to see $30.70 break for an initial indication that wave 1 has topped. Better would be a break below $29.50. And then very important Fibonacci support that needs to break to confirm it further is $28. So these are all levels that will confirm further that the wave 1 has topped. It's all a cascade of probabilities. We are basically watching for a wave 2 pullback. I would prefer a wave 2 pullback at some point. If that wave 2 pullback shows, it should be an A, B, C structure. The A wave very often reaches the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. That's here at $26.30. We should then get a B wave bounce, which should be corrective. Once we've got that, I will indicate support for the C wave. I cannot do that yet, or a target for the C wave. And overall support for trend continuation higher after a wave 2 pullback is $20, which means if we break below $20, I will flip bearish on Solana. Until then, we would use the pullback, basically potentially to scale into positions. I mean, that's essentially up to you if you do that, but this is an area where in a wave 2, the price should complete the correction and start to move in a third wave. A wave 2 should ideally reach the 50% retracement level, but I always add the A wave, typically at the A wave, because not the A wave, I typically at the 38.2 Fib level, because typically the A wave reaches that one and then gives us a bit of a bounce. So yeah, I mean, I'm not ruling out it can push higher as long as it's constrained by this pattern. It will push higher and might even reach this ascending trend line, but I'm very much watching for a pullback. A wave 2 pullback always shows. The question is, you cannot really say when it has to show, not if wave 5 in wave 1 is so much extended. So again, trend is still up, but it's getting choppy, okay? We start to see some divergences appear on several time frames. So for example, this is the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. It's a bit more meaningful. Talked about it already in the last video. I have a bit of a bearish divergence there on the MACD. You can see that the price is, while it's still pushing higher, the MACD is showing a bearish divergence. Also on the RSI, we have the bearish divergence. But obviously price needs to confirm that. This is just an indicator. The price is leading. But you can already see just by looking at the price that there are more exhaustions. This looks like a diagonal pattern that often happens at the end of such a move. So yeah, but very much time to watch for a potential breakout to the downside. It can move to the upside, yeah, but a signal that the wave 1 has topped, an additional signal would be a break to the downside. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.